I don't know, man. I'm not convinced by this Bloodstone. Okay, they pick up Miranda next. They've got okay setup for the arrow. They've got Ice Path. They have Searing Chains. I feel like you need an offline that you can pair alongside the Mirana that'll make this feel a bit better. They go for Ricky on the side of TSM. Now, my other co-caster, our Cryptic, the man shit talked Ricky like absolute crazy, but then TSM ends up coming out and finding a win with it yesterday, didn't they? Or 2 days ago?
Yeah, I mean, Ricky, he has like 3 wins now at the tournament. He's like 3-7 or something. I mean, it's not great stats, but it's not like it's, oh, you pick Ricky and your throne falls 2 minutes later. No, I mean, people are still finding out exactly what to do with this hero, I think.
Right.
Other than Sleeping Guard. Everyone knows Sleeping Guard's good.
Right.
We have Terrorblade. This hero is an interesting one. This is one of those heroes that just never dies, it seems. Like, no matter what patch happens, he's always like the 6th best carry in the game, and now he's here to play Dota 2 again.
We see him every so often. Again, decent hero inside the laning phase. I feel like there's a couple of heroes that he counters out super well. We saw him picked up against Medusa earlier in this tournament. Difficult to bring down for sure. I think that Ricky is going to struggle against him in the lane. A lot of the time, he's going to be able to stand his ground, survive Razor trying to run him down. In the early game, it's mostly magic damage. He's got decent movement speed to get away from the Razor as well and back to his tower every time he drops the static link onto him. Good hero here. And yeah, BKB buyer as well. And I think even when he doesn't have a BKB, he can kind of just build an MKB and stand his ground underneath the smoke cloud if he gets run at by Ricky. So I don't think he struggles so much with that one. Assuming, of course, that this is going to be Ricky's support, but it's most likely a pause for Ricky here. I don't think we'll see anything too crazy in this game for TSM, regardless of the fact that we just saw the mid Snapfire, which ended up getting first banned, by the way.
Sometimes you gotta mix it up. You say, you know what, we lost to this hero. It's gotta ban it. Gotta get a new look at the Dota 2 game.
Yeah,
it's a mental thing, I'm sure, at that point.
Yes.
10 seconds remaining.
Let's see. 9 seconds left and 42 seconds of reserve time for the side of Thunder Awaken. TSM has wasted absolutely none of their own time, by the way. They still have like a minute 50 left, so they've just been snap picking absolutely everything. But
they're practicing at picking as fast as possible, and it's working pretty well so far. I mean, they have good heroes, so the question is, will they have a good draft? They gotta put together right here at this last pick.
You're the Juggernaut and the Slark. They plan on taking a Bat Rider to the offlane? That's what I think when I see these two heroes.
Problem is there's a Lifestealer who is the other hero who's good against Bat Rider offlane in the lane. There's just PL as well, but Lifestealer, certainly a very good option for that.
Yeah, when I see the Juggernaut, I'm like, okay, the Juggernaut counters out definitely the Bat Rider and the Primal Beast. Primal Beast is first banned by Thunder Awaken, so most likely they want to run a Bat Rider here, but against a Lifestealer, they're not going to be able to build up a sticky Napalm stacks and run him down. He's always going to have Rage to fall back on. But again, they're wasting absolutely no time here on TSM. Tons of reserve time left for them.
In Thunder Awaken, they do not have the same philosophy. They're using every second they can. They have 15 left to decide what we're assuming is an offlane pick, unless they're going something real wild today. I guess it wouldn't be unheard of. I mean, a number of these, especially the Peru teams, love to go with some like 3 Ember or some 4 Ember, but it's probably an offlane. Yeah, that's definitely that's the offlane interval off. That's just a hero with a blink stun. Well, that's to buy the blink, but still, blink stunning strength hero. That's an offlaner right there. No, none of this Wraith Pack stuff anymore.
Yep. So, it's one of the best heroes against Lifestealer inside the lady phase as well. Tons of physical damage. Trades with them incredibly well because of the bash. I think that Slaughter was one of the best pickups that could have gone. Well. Dude, this Razor looks ridiculous. What the hell is going on here?
It's the Arcana. He's some kind of weather events. If you see that, you're supposed to go into the storm cellar or something, you know, just hopefully your house is there when you come up.
I'm from Vancouver. I've never seen one of these in my life.
You know, it's not. Let me tell you.
Is this what a tornado looks like?
No, it's far less blue, but the fear is
got
there.
A shield and a sword.
Like you hear the storm alarms, and it's like It's very loud. It's like, all right, get to the ground floor, get to like a bathroom or something, get as low as you can. It's definitely not fun to do tornadoes, I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
Not a fun time.
Yeah. This thing actually just looks ridiculous, though. Sorry. Back on topic of the draft. The CM, despite the fact that it was nerfed, I still think it's one of the strongest heroes inside the laning phase. It'll definitely allow Lifestealer to actually survive and trade effectively with the Slardar, but you're going to have to send out a lot of mangoes here on Moon Meander. I mean, it's basically how people play CM right now. They just non-stop spam mangoes and blast spells off into the enemy pause 3 and 4 when you're trading with them. I'm not sure if this will allow Lifestealer to exist in a lane against the Slardar, but if there's a hero for making that happen, it's definitely the Crystal Maiden.
It's one of those things where as long as Slardar is not hitting Lifestealer, then it's fine. You just need to not get bashed. Which is definitely easier said than done, but it's definitely going to be TSM's goal.
Yeah.
If you are just joining us, by the way, welcome to game number 2 of some BTS Pro Series upper bracket semifinals action. It is TSM, the game 1 victors on the Dire. Team 1 game away from making the top 3. Taking on Thunder Awaken, who want to equalize it for a possible series deciding third game. My name's Badger, by the way. I'm joined by the always elite neph Sensei, and you know what, neph? We're gonna be in for a good game.
I hope so. I think this game will go a little bit better than our Awaken the last time. Again, the matchup Slardar against the Lifestealer is pretty unplayable for the Lifestealer. Even if set up with the arrow. I mean, you're gonna have rage in order to like rage off after getting bashed, but if you can chain these ones up properly with like Slitherine Crush plus Bash to the Deep, you're going to be in for a lot of trouble.
Just don't get hit.
Just don't get hit.
We did. I'm sorry, I had to say it, but if we were wondering where the Ricky was, whether it was 5 or 4, it will be 4 supports with Ari playing it. We mentioned how Moon Meander will be buying the mangoes. Speaking of mangoes, Ari also has 3 mangoes. He's ready to game.
3 mangoes on the Ricky. All right, this one's interesting. I guess your spells do cost a lot of mana if you're spamming them out and you have decent HP regen like this. But it seems like a bit much for Ricky.
Ricky not known for high mana pool, so might thank you alone for the all chat. But we're seeing a bit of a brawl at the top rune, but it will go to TSM. At that point, the Slardar Mirana have to back off. Mirana has nothing skilled yet, but will not be forced to skill lead to escape.
Yeah, it's going to move away from here. Mid-lane matchup, Viper against Ember Spirit. It should be pretty Viper favored. I'm going to be honest with you. Alone is not going to have a fun time here. It's not going to be as bad as some other Ember Spirit matchups. Like we've seen Huskar against Ember Spirit. The Ember just like practically didn't have a game at the beginning.
Yeah, I'm sure Alone will do his best to get as much as he can out of the lane, but that probably won't be that much.
Bottom lane, Terrorblade starting off just popping the meta.
Making sure to secure those very, very important first few waves.
Oh god, that looks... I don't like how that Razor looks, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't care for this at all.
It's going to be all game, isn't it? If we're doing number of comments, we're up to 2 now. If I put an over-under on number of comments about Razor Arcana, I'll put the line at 5.5. Do you want the over or the under?
Over.
Okay. I will keep mental track then if I can. A number of Razor Arcana comments.
Yeah, thanks. Arrow off into the range, create a top lane for Michael. Secure that one. Isn't able to do the small camp, the large camp there. It is blocked here by Moon Meander.
Definitely the right play there from Moon. No doubt about it.
Yeah, stop him getting the pole, normal stuff, but also stops Michael from being able to farm up. Instead he throws the arrow off on a Tomato. Tomato blocks that one, actually. I'm not sure if he saw that one coming or not, but it does stop Michael from getting the last hit.
I would give Tomato the benefit of the doubt. Tomato, very elite carry player. I'm still a little surprised that Moon Meander is not sending out more mangoes. He actually has gold, a rare sight for a minute 2 Crystal Maiden. He's buying a stick and a clarity, so not mango spending.
I mean, The stick might come in handy up against Slardar, who's got like pretty low cooldown spells. Same goes with Miranda if she's actually spamming out her leap. But it is bizarre to not see the CM just like buy more mangoes and start to spam out even more spells.
There's two possibilities. One, Moon Meander is ahead of the game, or alternatively, Moon Meander knows what's optimal and doesn't care, and he wants to stick anyways.
Yeah.
Both certainly valid options. Dude, looking at mid lane, you mentioned how Alone is not going to have a good time. He's doing okay last hit wise, but there's 7 denies on Bryle. Look where he's standing. Look how far away he is from the creeps.
Yeah,
This
Ben's
is
pushing him
incredibly
all the
sad.
way, back to his tower. Very sad boy. Drops the banner on him there as well. What is that?
Oh, no. I think it's the God Hand Guild, the one that like Bryle and people are in. But Barrett rotation mid lane, arrow chains on Bryle. He's barely alive. Will attempt to run away, but leap in by Michael. Fairy Fire from Bryle. Your first blood will go to Michael. Correction. It's a 1-for-1 trade. However, the tower might just okay then. Double kill for Bryle.
And they lose
got
the
XP on none of it. Was Moomiander in range of the XP at the end there for that second kill?
No, he was not. Wait. Oh,
He's level 4 actually. I think he might have been.
Yeah, if he's level 4, then he definitely was. The fight recap doesn't show it.
All right, big winner of the fight, Moon Meander. He's level 4. He's the same level as Bryle right now.
All right. I'm sure Moon Meander's happy about that one. He ends up putting a point into Arcane or one more into Frostbite. I mean, this allows him to trade pretty effectively with the Slardar, who ends up going a Bracer, so he's trying to play this lane pretty aggressive. Yeah.
And Moon Meander, he's just here to remind us that we will never, ever, never, ever get in this level. Very... Those who know. We've not looked at bottom lane, should we?
We can look back here if I have to, I suppose.
I'm making you look at bottom lane. There are things happening. There are spells being cast.
I just put an early point at the reflection here in order to carry the enemy.
Seems like Excel's going to go down, though. He's being linked by Saberlight. Plasma Field comes through, and eventually Saberlight secures the kill. Knight will get away. He has left his Decura to die, and he will return to... I would say farming, but he's not having a fun time right now.
No, he's not. 19-6 isn't great, but Lifesteal is not really doing that much better. 20-1 right now on Kamado. Slaughter's basically got free reign up in this lane, but we're not surprised about that one. We did say that you have a pretty significant advantage on the Slaughter up against the Lifestealer. And Moon isn't able to help a ton with that, unfortunately. They're actually going for first out of Mask of Madness on the Slaughter. That is sick.
Whoa there. I mean, it makes sense. It's a lot of attack speed if the goal is to chain bash someone. You know, you pop the Crush, you bash somebody, and then you pop the Mask of Madness and just keep on bashing them. But that's a bold play from Lilich.
Yep.
The correct play? Probably, but it's definitely bold.
Mm-hmm. We're in the mid lane. See Michael trying to line up an arrow to no effect. I mean, this takes them a while. You're not going to get this one, but you can at least clear out the catapult with the arrow. Congrats, I guess.
I mean, the Savior T1 tower, we saw last game the power of the Radiant mid T1 tower, and for now it's still healthy. Yeah. Though Bryle is going on in already. Alone will have to chains, but in comes Moomy after the wraparound rotation. Alone is going to Fairy Fire, but eventually he will die for the Crystal Nova. Michael leaps in looking for Bryle. He does not find the kill thanks to the range drop from Bryle. Yeah. One more good kill there for the side of TSM, but in comes Excel. Ice pathing Bryle. Ari gets the haste through, and Bryle low, Excel low. It seems like both might just die here. Bryle is still running away. Michael leaps in, has the Starstorm, gets the kill. It'll cost him his life. A good trade for TSM, but Thunder Awaken at least get the kill on Bryle.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. He managed to find that one before he goes down as well, so he does get the XP for that kill off onto the Viper. He's the part way there to level 4.
Meanwhile, bottom lane, meta from Knight. He's manning up with Saber Light. Ice Path comes through. Moonmander TP's in. He'll attempt to save. He frostbites Excel. Knight is juking now on the run. Excel is dropping. Knight is dropping. Michael TP's in. Arrow will hit on Saber Light. Michael leaps in to bring down the Razor. Nice. It's a 1-for-1 trade for now. But it's a fantastic rotation from Michael. But we're not done yet. Frostbite on Terrorblade. with the stick and the infused raindrop, he'll be fine for now.
Yeah. Well, he's just going to stand his ground inside this lane. He might get something at level 6. He's wrapping around right now on Alone, though.
He has the remnants, 3 points and chains, a very aggressive build. He's built to gank.
Oh, no!
Meander arrow will cancel that one. There's some low heroes in the fight. Remnant again in. Move Meander to fall. Saberboy has respawned. Looking for Alone. Alone will Remnant. Activating 2. He's out of remnants. Ari has a blink in, but smoke mode cloud on cooldown. He blinks in. Chains on Ricky. Bryle's rotating in, waddling up slowly. Ari nice the Starstorm. Michael the new target. He's out of leaps on Marana, so Alone will be kept alive. Bryle picks up 1 kill, but some good maneuvering from Thunder Awaken.
Yeah, they managed to find 2 off the back of that one. So this game, post-laning phase, or in the laning phase, a lot more even than it was previously. Well, some nice finds there. Alone is definitely having a better game than he was before. Let's switch over to the network to see where everyone's sitting right now. I mean,
Slardar on top.
Yeah, Slaughter on top. We're not surprised. I mean, that lane was picked to win it.
He is the big fish right now, that's for sure. No doubt about it. He is about a half level up on Tomato and about 800 gold up as well, so definitely a win in that laning phase top lane.
Yeah.
Actually, I like this build from Alone. I think he recognizes he's behind this game, but this is a build that allows you to contribute to team fights very early on. It's definitely not a farming build. This is a very aggressive build. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Ari's poking around, blinking in, tricks are trading out, and spells were cast. Everyone's okay. Did you see the attack animation on this Razor? That's cool.
Yeah,
I like the attack animation.
Apparently, it worked a little bit like the Queen of Pains at first, where she had a different animation. He had a different animation for long range and close range attacks, and his close range attack was actually considered a melee attack at first for the Razor Arcana.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Huh. That seems unintended.
It was unintended. They fixed it now.
Good. Speaking of Razor, bottom lane, he'll go on Excel. Alone will Remnant in. The fight is breaking out. Excel might drop, but it will be a very good trade in favor of... Oh, the neutral deny! The neutral deny! Oh, no! From bad to worse. Ari seems like he'll get away, but that was already not a great trade. Now it's an even worse trade.
Yeah, up in the top lane, you're getting dived on a Slardar by Crystal Maiden. Moon Meander is running you down. Oh my
Crystal Nova in
God.
1. He's not in range.
Yeah.
Slight chains there on both of the TSM heroes. He'll infest Moon Meander, now popping out to heal his Crystal Maiden alone. Has a double damage rune, looks for Moon Meander. Arrow, the lead, stun there. Into the right click. Ice Path there just for good measure. Overall, Moon Meander. He's doing fine. Rough death, but he's
if any of you Crystal Maiden players think about manning up on people, think about what just happened to Moon Meander, okay?
Yeah, he had the big play opportunity.
You know what? I was intimidated as he was just diving at Slaughter underneath the tower.
Like if he made that play and it worked out, we would be very excited.
There would be a
wow,
Crystal Maiden
guy.
uprising.
We've already had the uprising, dude. Have you seen the persona? That's the uprising right there.
The persona, yeah, good stuff there.
Infesting our game. Speaking of top lane, we have Excel being gone on by the aforementioned Crystal Maiden persona and Tomato. Tomato secures that kill, a 9th kill now for TSM.
Yeah,
we're at the point now where none of these towers are dead still. It's a bit of a surprise to me, but that's bottom T1 tower on the Radiant side is in a little bit of danger now.
The Cardi here, 2 heroes on it. They'll do some decent chunk of damage to it. Emperor's coming in. Unfortunately,
the towers will live.
Yep.
That's a rare one. Usually you see one of these towers die around minute 10 or before minute 10. But all 6 are still here in the game.
I mean, you've got okay tower taking ability on the side of Thunder Awaken, but it's still
good dodge.
TSM that are like forcing movements and playing on your side of the river, basically. So not much is happening, unfortunately. And TSM doesn't have any amazing heroes for taking towers at this point in the game. Lovestealer becomes a little bit better at it when he's gotten rage to fall back on. He's got like 1 or 2 damage items. Viper's okay once he gets the shard completed, but up until then, you don't have anybody that's great at hitting buildings.
First of all, I was saying, as long as they're ready to hit buildings, like say that second Roshan time, oh, Ari, you are in danger this time. Could not dodge out the abilities. This time goes to the grave for 25 seconds. Bryle's illusions, and he has a Moon Meander behind him, but Alone wants to go in. He's choosing this engagement. He'll flip the Remnants, but will not activate it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I mean, Viper picked up a double damage in there. He'd be happy to take a fight. Maybe once the Riki is back. Alone's going to come in, though. I mean, again, Brawl's going to puff his TV.
R.I.P. Moon Meander. The trade may be for Michael. He's dropping the damage from Tomato and Bryle. Knight is the new target. But Dire have been changed onto from Alone. Saberlight's half HP. Remnant will come in. Ari blinks in, silencing Jakiro and Slardar. Slardar pops Mathematics looking at Bash. Alone is walking in, walking out, has abilities once again, but does not get the slate of fist off. Merely the chains. This will be a dead Mirana for a dead Crystal Maiden, a 1-for-1 support trade.
Yeah, but unfortunately, not much comes out of that team fight. Neither side going to be able to push the enemy tower down. Meander going to TP bottom immediately after respawning. And it looks like the team is coming with, so again, maybe not coming with, just the Razor. It really feels like they're trying to put pressure onto these towers or force some movements as they walk down here on the Razor rather than TPing. He's got a TP flying out now.
You just watch Moon Meander take 2 Lastus in the face of Saberlight.
I did.
This man, it's really easier to take some farm.
I mean,
he wants money.
This is definitely a pause 4-player move. I mean, you heard him in the interview yesterday. The man's here to have fun. And apparently stealing last hits out of Saberlight's face and having fun.
Sounds a lot like it, yeah. I mean, that sounds like a good time. You know, make sure you have items.
Mid lane.
Mid lane, they're going on in the 2v2, but Knight is kept alive. He just walks away from that one. I'm looking top lane as well, but it seems like Tomato will disengage. She doesn't want to be here any longer. It's going to be a very dead T1 tower in this 3v0.
Yeah, and they take the tier 1 tower down to the bottom lane as they trade for the tier 1 tower up at top. Not able to stand his ground into a system that, unfortunately, life stealer. Question is if they decide to roam through the jungle. They still have 2 observer wards up on Excel. You could make a movement through here to plant some vision, but is assuming Tomato doesn't scout it out.
Well, Ari's being dove mid lane by Alone, who is hasted. Ari will get slight chains and he'll die. So good solo kill kind of there from Alone. Technically there was some assist gold going to Excel despite doing, I think, 0 damage in that fight. But regardless, good play there from Alone. Meanwhile, top lane, Tomato's forced to rage and TP. He'll go to the mid lane to defend this mid T1 tower. Alone and Michael are there. The chains into the arrow. Michael will dive this. And well, he'll have to infest if he can get it off in time. And he will infest Moon Meander. It was a freezing field. Excel gets dropped immediately. Good team play there from TSM. They punished the dive from Thunder Awaken.
That was close. That was incredibly close.
And he had to infest. The raid was on cooldown, as you mentioned. It's the correct play from TSM. Arrow? Oh, never mind.
And started with TP out up in the top. But yeah, I think they were surprised that he didn't just rage off the chains. But
I think the news was on cool. I mean,
TP'd.
if he was just communicating, he was the one who forced the rage out. So there's good communications.
They committed to that one afterwards, but they weren't ready for that one. No one was in position when the arrow ended up connecting with them. I think they were there on top of him slightly early. Maybe there's a little bit better communication that when it was in fact going to connect with him, he might have gone down there. But slick move there by Moon, dropping the freezing field and being able to hop inside of him with the infest.
Tomato. Speaking of Tomato, he's in danger again bottom lane. He has rage but no infest. He'll pop the rage, he'll pop the big bull, but he's been bashed by Illich. One more bash comes through and he has one more bash with the kill.
What?
The pathing! The pathing! The armlet toggles. Meanwhile, Michael dies over in the mid lane, but it's Tomato dying in the bottom lane. Interesting fight. Ultimately, a good one for Thunder Awaken across the map, even with that one.
So what happens there is I think he moves into the fog at the same time that he tries to like walk past him on Slaughter, so it just ends up blocking his movement. So that's why he ends up wrapping around the tree there and moving away from him. Unfortunately, he still dies. He's just got so much movement speed between the sprint to the Mask of Madness. I'm pretty sure he moves at like max. And Lifestealer is a pretty quick hero, but not that fast, unfortunately, even with bonuses from Rage and Phase Boots.
Knight in danger. Oh, never mind, he's fine. Thought for a second he was in danger, but TSM did not, for good reasons, commit to that fight.
Right. BKB now finished on the slider. I mean, he's continuing having just an amazing game, man. He's sitting at the top of the net worth. A good chunk, actually, compared to some of these other heroes. TB is catching up to him, but that's to be expected, right? You're playing an illusion hero. You have a Manta style. You're able to shove out like several lanes and farm the jungle at once. And they're going to go into Roshan with it.
Ooh, I mean, it's the meta used by Terrorblade. That's one power. I mean, you mentioned heroes like Ursa a lot with Roshan ability. Slardar is probably the next best hero in the game for taking Roshan. It's incredible minus armor. And Ricky was poking his head around, but it'll cost him his life. The tricks of the trade. Arrow will miss. Dodge there by Ari, but it will not matter. Roshan dies. Ricky dies. All in favor of Thunder Awaken.
Yep, I'll let him finish him off. At least got that one out. What was the vision that gave him Ricky?
I think it's this one up here on the high ground at the ward
This
spot.
one? Yeah.
Yeah, it's fairly rich. Meanwhile, top lane, they go on Bryle. The arrow comes through from Michael, caught him in the trees. A fantastic pickoff. Bryle's playing an economic game, but Thunder Awaken say no. There is no farm, and we have 2 lives on Terrorblade. Even though we contributed nothing to the fights.
We contributed nothing to the fights. This first time, win probability slightly on the side of Thunder Awaken after that one. I mean, they find kill after kill. They managed to find themselves the Aegis as well. It is going to be Bloodstone Razor.
I should have taken that bet. I could have gotten a nameless energy beverage.
Yeah.
Sorry, generic energy beverage.
I mean, I should have taken into account.
Have you seen? Overthinking a Saberlight, he's getting gone on by Slardar with that shard. Targeting him, not a fun time. Meanwhile, on the dire side jungle, in comes Jakiro. Arrow to fly, will hit the Crystal Maiden. Jakiro is dead but alone. Thought about remnanting in, but went against the very bold play, remnanting into 3 heroes.
Are you sure?
With the slight change, so slightly less risky, but still wants to kill on Crystal Maiden. Bryle and Ari are backing him up. He still has that remnant. Illich is rotating over through the river. Bryle shows his face. Meanwhile, Ari's on the south side, sleeping, darting the Slardar. Arrow is there on Bryle. He's dropping, and he's going to die. And at this point, if you're TSM, your Viper is dead. It's time to run. Problem is, Illich says, no, I am faster than you. Ooh, the back damage. Ricky, the sleeping dart, attempting to run away, but alone secures that kill. Ice Path on 2, arrow on Tomato. TSM, they're beginning to collapse. One more jump from the Slardar. He's bashing, he's crushing, doing huge damage. Saberlight has salvaged the fight. Murana on the run, speaking from Slardar. Infest heals Saberlight, Tomato's low, Moon Meander's low. Saberlight trying to stand his ground, but he's not HP and dropping. Moon Meander is dead. Bash on Saberlight. Arrow comes through. It's missing, but it will not matter. Saberlight dead. A huge fight win in favor of the side of Thunder Awaken, and they want one more. Tomato needs to armlet toggle. Correction, he needs to walk away. Regardless, huge fight win for Thunder Awaken. Massive signs of life.
Yeah. Managed to do absolutely huge damage there. Alone, yeah. BKB coming in clutch as well. They couldn't finish off because the main. She pops right inside the trees, tried to hit the Slardar, but 9-second BKB protects him from the entirety of it. And I missed that kill off onto Ari.
It was Ari poking around, sleep darting himself. That didn't really matter. I didn't want to interrupt you.
Yeah. No worries. But yeah, Bloodstone Razor, I mean, it gave him some survivability in that team. How much damage did he take there? How much survivability did he really have? I mean, that's a reasonable amount. I'm not going to lie. He ends up taking like more than 4k damage there. The whole reason he's able to take that much is because of the Bloodstone. Men survived for a
fight
while.
Bottom lane in the Radiant jungle. Chains arrow on Bryle. They found him isolated alone farming. Tomato tried to TPM, but it was too late. Meanwhile, in the top lane, there's something going on. I wasn't watching, so I was watching bottom, but Illich has a corrosive haze on Moon Meander. Now Tumblr's playing to the south side. Thunder Awaken want to fight on their terms, and they're sure as hell getting it. Alone has arrived from the bottom lane, but he's been slept by Ari. Tomato and Saber, they're running away. Knight is low on HP, still has Thunder and the Aegis. But they'll back slightly to the west, back to this high ground area for the time being.
Yeah. It is still available for another minute and 20 seconds, so I think until that's expired, you probably don't go for any movements, or at least until it's very close to being over. You don't go for any major movements on TSM. But yeah, net worth advantage for the first time this game after, you know, that last team fight like a minute ago. They're Awaken feeling a lot stronger now than they were.
For sure. I
And,
mean, we look at really it's terribly time probably being the big
These-
thing. There's also a blink on Slardo.
I don't think TSM. The TSM are definitely having fun with this one. They've got Aghanim Scepter on Viper. They've got Bloodstone on Razor.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That's a good question to ask in the post-game interview. Are you having fun?
The answer would be yes.
Always a good question to ask, though. We see a Ricky illusion, by the way, being gone on. Walked into a Radiant Sentry Ward, but instead, it'll be a smoke through looking for more than an illusion. They want Heroes top lane. Saber is there, in the trees, heeding the advice of HYHY. So as a result, Thunderawaken will move to the middle lane instead, where, again, they'll look towards some heroes. Ahri is invis, popping the smoke. He'll tricks to the trade, blinking to the north side, and just like that, the smoke gank has missed, though you will see some wards placed, I'm assuming.
Dire's middle tower
Yeah,
is
Sentry
under
Observer
attack.
Ward placed by Excel. And up in the
Radiant's
top
bottom
lane,
tower is under attack.
it's going to find Saberlight. But without anybody else to assist, I'm not sure they get him here. Okay.
TP canceled. Arrow will be there. Eventually, it seems like he'll die, and he definitely will die.
Okay, they do manage to find him. Rotating fast enough. I mean, he knew what was up, tried to TP out, but it wasn't quick enough, unfortunately.
Maybe he was hoping there would still be some more members of the Thunderawaken team to take at the Dire Tri-Camp, Bi-Camp sort of area, but alas, they were with their Terrorblade again. They're moving around, they're moving, they're going fast, rapidly across the map, and again, they're controlling this game on. It's similar to what TSM were doing last game, where they're controlling the map. They're making it harder for TSM to farm, and again, it's proper Dota. It's very good Dota being played from Thunderawaken currently.
Yeah, I was gonna look at the Agham Shard on Razor, by the way, because I'm not sure everyone saw the update on this thing. Because someone didn't have a chance to attack, I'll move powered by spell, release Fork Lightning, hits on enemies. So the single target abilities feels pretty nice, and this thing actually does a lot of damage.
Yes, it does.
But is it
It's,
enough for a Bloodstone to be worth it?
Well, we're gonna find out. I mean, there's a lot of right clicks.
Radiant's
Certainly
bottom tower is under attack.
some potential to do a lot if he gets going nice and strong in those team fights. But we saw in the last one, he wasn't staying alive for that long. That's the one concern. And Thunderawaken are not done yet. They no longer have 2 lives on Terrorblade, but they're poking around this buy-camp area through the secret shop. Chains were missed by Alone, however, and Ricky is being a Ricky. I don't think that Thunderawaken know he's here. Correction, they do know he's here. He's already dead. Good kill there, though it was only a Ricky who was distracting everybody.
Yeah, I mean, he was following them for a while there. He ended up scouting out the rotation they were trying to make down the bottom lane too. Top lane.
Yeah, it's an even bigger kill on Saberlight if they get it, and it seems like in this 3v1 it will be inevitable. Arrow from short range was there from Michael. The Bloodstone is giving some healing. He's running in the trees. In comes the bash. He's still healing. 400 HP. Running away. Arrow's up in 3 excels. Meanwhile, dead. The Bridal on the south side map. Over to the north side again. Crush is there to bring down Saberlight. Across the map, a 2-for-1. One that I'm sure if you're under Awaken, you're still very happy with.
Maybe he pops his BKB there so he doesn't take so much damage. Heal him up with the Bloodstone. I don't know. Either way, he manages to hold it. Still has the 8 seconds. But yeah, you lose Jakiro down on the bottom lane. It looks like he just dies to the Viper by himself. I mean, maybe nosedives in, gets a ton of damage off the Viper strike.
Radiant's bottom
Middle
tower
lane,
is
Ahri.
under attack.
He'll blink away, never mind.
Yep. He's going to be
Thought he was in moderate danger, but he turns out he's fine. So, we have not been looking at Lifestealer for a while. What is he up to? He has a halberd. This is definitely
Dire's
an
top
anti-Slardar
tower
/ anti-Terrorblade item.
Yeah, I mean, it's good against everybody. A lot of people build this on Lifestealer anyways because it amps your regen so much. So you just heal up like crazy if you're actually hitting any targets. After this, a lot of the time I see people build either Basher or Agham Shard, actually. The open wounds actually just feels super good. The 50% lifesteal is like actually so sick, man.
You know, formerly of Team Liquid, Matumba Man, he was a big proponent of the Agham Shard. And it seems like he was correct. He was playing a lot of Lifestealer with a lot of Agham Shards, winning a lot of Dota games. So Perhaps we'll see Tomato go that direction at some point. Maybe he's trying to greed it out for the second Roshan shard, but if not, he'll buy it.
Yeah. If they get the Roshan, it'll definitely go to him. Other heroes that it's like essential on, they already have it. Both Saberlight and Ricky. Sleeping Dart just super important. Playing pause for Ricky. Always buy that in 15 minutes.
Yeah, so assuming you can afford it, you're buying it. If you can't afford it, well, you have a problem on your hands. Just a nice chance to get some farming done, though. I mean, there's been a lot of brawling going on, really all series, and this is probably the longest sustained lack of action in all series right now that we're currently in. Seems like Thunder Awaken are waiting for that third Roshan. It's a relatively late respawn time. They know he must be alive soon, but TSM are moving towards Excel. A very easy kill on Jakiro. Thunder Awaken perhaps want vengeance. Michael is in. He's now leaping and forcing away, has one leap remaining, and he'll get away.
No. Everyone will move back. Well, they've managed to find one kill, but again, just holding the area around the Roche pit. They see that it's up right now. They're down without Jakiro, so taking a fight at the moment, not ideal for Thunder Awaken.
On the bright side, respawn time, very low. He's live in 15 seconds. He's level 12. There's a happy T2 tower top lane to TP into, run on over and hit the Roshan pit.
Do you like Ember Spirit's item build, by the way?
It's like an old school Ember build. I like it a lot, this game, actually. With the Sleeping Dart on Marana. Michael has 2 leaps and a Force Staff still. He'll force, but a good read from Ari. He prepped the smoke cloud. Problem is, in come the cavalry. Thunder Awaken arrive. Big bad Slardar looks for a big bad man fight. Halberd from Tomato. Excel's like that on for one. Excel again. He's back to the grave. TSM are still fighting. Looking towards Michael. Moon Meander's walking in. Reflection will be there on 3. Blink. Crush on 2. Viper, the target. Ryle stands his ground. Sara's half HP. Razor's half HP. Ember has been slept. Thunder Awaken are beginning to take some huge damage, but they'll bring down Tibet before that happens. They're running away. Terrorblade's dropping. Michael is dropping. Alone with his BKB's man fighting, bringing down the wolf. The wolf has fallen in the arrow on Tomato. TV mans up. The Midas armor is there. He's still half HP. Bryle mans up. The man fighting's massive. Alone. He's run to the north side, but Michael has died in the south side to the Viper damage over time. And at this point, after a very awkward engagement, TSM, perhaps they've won it, but they cannot take Roshan yet.
Yeah, so you win the battle, but you don't win the war necessarily, as you aren't able to actually get the kill off on a Roshan. Yeah, they pick out the ward. They realize that one is up there. They had like complete vision of them during that last fight. But could manage to finish off any of these heroes fast enough, so fight definitely goes the way of TSM managing to retreat on that lifestealer.
I opened the fight recap. Technically, Thunder Awaken came up ahead by like 300 gold, but it feels like TSM are happy with that fight. I don't know. It's one of those like eye test versus stats things, you know?
Yeah.
Where the stats say Thunder Awaken won, but the eye test says TSM are happy right now.
Yeah, they push them all the way back, get them away from the Roche Pit, which is exactly what they want. And getting pretty close right now to a Soul Caress. So they will have their eyes on the Roshan immediately after they respawn, though. Now they have all 5 heroes again on Thunder Awaken.
The one concern with the Loans build, this is really, you know, like old school, very active Ember build, is it's not very good at farming. Like, you know, you see often these items like Maelstrom, which allow you to farm, and he does not have that. So much like Game 1, he will not be all that farmed on his mid lane. But on the bright side, much like Game 1, his side lane cores are very farmed. Notably this game of Terrible. Oh yeah, Roshan's dead, by the way.
Yeah, they made very quick work of this one.
I was looking elsewhere. I heard Roshan get bashed.
Don't worry.
I look over.
Oh,
he's already half HP.
Yeah.
Like, oh god, it's already dead. Where'd the shard go, anyways? Did it go to Ember? Yeah, it went to Ember. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted this quick buy, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to buy it. I want it for free. And he gets it for free.
That one's pretty good. The burn radius, disabling blink dagger, stopping heroes from being able to come in, as well as just being able to recharge your remnants every time you find a kill.
Ari broke the smoke, but he has been dusted. He has a gem. He's dropping a gem when he dies here. That's a big gem to lose. And if you're Ricky, you're like, oh my god, my game is ruined. They have a gem.
Yeah. Thought I picked that one up right away. Wait, did they pick that one up?
Sora picked it up. He recovered the gem that was previously lost by Thunder Awaken.
Yeah. It was Excel's gem.
He has saved his teammates' 9 gold investments.
I think it was Ricky with that one.
Well, top T3. Say goodbye. Slardar blinks in, using Sinister Gaze on Bryle. Saberblade tanks in Knight's path alone. And company are leaving for now. Knight will use a reflection. He's still hitting with Biscotti in the Metamorphosis range alone. Has slight chains on
Daedalus is now
Viper
finished
and
on Terrorblade, like just after they committed onto Lifestealer. If he had that beforehand, he got like a couple lucky crits off. That Lifestealer would have gone down. They would have been able to just take high ground there. But they'll be forced back for now.
That's a lot of damage. It's interesting, though. You mentioned earlier on that you'd expect TB to buy perhaps a BKB, perhaps an MKB, maybe even both. He has neither currently. He had MKB and Quick Buy, switched it to BKB, now realizing, wait a minute, I'm playing carry. I need a Black King bar, and I'll buy one now.
Yep. Yeah, he does desperately need this. He's able to actually stand his ground and fight underneath the smoke cloud once he has the BKB completed. I'm kind of surprised he opted to go for the Daedalus instead of the MKB, given that he's playing against Ricky, but hopefully he's not too punished for it. It doesn't look like anyone else has evasion. Actually, you got Heaven's Halberd on Lifestealer. MKB would be better.
Yeah.
What am I saying?
Maybe he's just not interested in hitting Lifestealer. Maybe he just wants to kill. I'm not sure.
He needs to hit the Lifestealer. Like, yeah, this Lifestealer needs to get blown up. Like, the Slardar needs to jump on him. They need to use Corrosive Haze on him, and then him and Slardar will whack away the Lifestealer and blow him as fast as possible. Tomato is playing this one smart, though. Again, going for this Assault Cross is one of the best items you can go for this game. The armlet you have between Assault and Armlet, as well as even the Cloak of Flames, like, you are quite tanky.
We saw with the armlet activated, he had, I believe, 40 armor, and that's a lot of armor.
Yeah. I mean, between the Desolator on the Ember Spear and the Corrosive Haze on the Slardar, you're losing a lot of armor, too.
So you then go down to 14 armor. I mean, it's better than, say, being -3 armor. That would be very bad in a man-fighting carry of the likes of Lifestealer. TSM smoke. They're fighting into 2 lives on Terrorblade. A bold gambit. They see Excel. They'll engage on Jakiro. He'll get forced in, I believe, accidentally by himself. And now, TSM with 1 kill, look for more. Ari looks for the Sleeping Dart. He's blinking forward, trying to get as far forward as he can. No Sleeping Dart, Michael. Alone will change Razor and Ricky. Marana will get Lotus by herself, now leaping to the south side. Saber mans up, but cannot lock anybody down. Jakiro dead, Thunder Awaken disengage.
Now they'll move back up into their own jungle, so they should force it back for now, but couldn't find that much, unfortunately. Thunder Awaken continue to hold this lead. Ugh, that's annoying.
Look at Ari.
Yeah.
This is being annoying. That's his job. Problem is, Thunder Awaken, we don't want Ricky. We want bigger kills. They know there's heroes in this dire jungle. Ari scouts it out. Dire engage on alone. He'll run to the south side towards Ari, tricks the trades over to the high grounds. And nobody can find the right angle on the engagements.
Yeah,
they want a fight on their turns.
Yeah. Saw Ari placing that one. Instant D-Ward isn't going to feel nice, but I'm not sure how open Thunder Awaken are to taking a fight, because again, they're going to lose the Aegis in 11 seconds. With that one gone, they're not going to feel that confident.
Man, they want one more item on Terrorblade. I mean, he finished the BKB, but he always could use the MKB on top of that. The problem is, there's this, Terrorblade is going to be suffering from success soon. Like, he keeps buying items. He's #1 net worth. Eventually, he's going to run out of slots to buy items. Sure, he'll buy the Aghanim Synth, buy an Aghanim Shard, he'll buy maybe a Moon Shard, he'll buy a Swiftblink. But then what? I guess hope to win the game by then.
Yep.
He is literally like half his team's net worth almost. He's incredibly farmed, but it's go time for Thunder Awaken. After the buy camp area in the river as well, they bring down Ari. Saber and Moon Meander are now in a bit of danger. Tomatoes backing them up. Bryle in alone, or a bit of a 1v1. Alone will BKB. Bryle just bought the Radiance. Will actually lack the money for buyback if he dies here. Arrow is tanked by an illusion, and Thunder Awaken will disengage. Meanwhile, in the top lane, The Siege Unit and the Terrorblade Illusion have brought down the range Rex. Thunder Awaken gained equilibrium in the top lane.
You know, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even see Viper's like full build. This is actually just so.
He's got the
Ryle
active
is
scepter.
so sick, man. Oh, I love this guy.
He's got quite the sicko build right now.
Oh my god. This is the Viper she tells you not to worry about.
Oh, bash on Tomato, Sleeping Dart on Illich, Excel will Ice Pack, Macrofire running away, Slardar, little BKB, re-engaging, looking for some bashes. Tomato gets forced away. Slardar then gazes Aria. Saber runs in towards the TB Illusion. Towards the secret shop, they're looking to run to the south, but walking high ground, that's a very risky proposition, and they will back off to their own high ground to the north.
Okay, back to looking at Bryle then.
I'm actively looking at Bryle. He's away from the 9 other heroes in the map, and I'm wait, never mind. A fight is breaking out once again in the river. Ricky is infested with a tomato inside him, and
The
he will
kid
get away.
did the
Back
hell
to
out.
Bryle. Back to Bryle. We're back to Bryle again.
Okay, yeah, back to Bryle. Okay, this is a signal. You have a lot of evasion between the Radiance burn and just the passive evasion that the Radiance gives you. Your tanky is all hell because of corrosive skin and plate mail. You've got Bloodstone when you nosedive, so they simply can't kill you when you activate this one, as long as they like all hit you, because you're healing up so much from the corrosive skin.
Speedy rune of haste.
Key problem. Terrorblade has just finished an MKB.
That is a problem. This man has big DPS. MKB
Absolutely.
and Monkey, yeah, MKB and Daedalus.
It's a fight of offlaners. Both of them taking a lot of damage. Arrow will hit on Saberlight. Alone engages with the BKB. Tomato pops out, breaking down the Slardar. A big kill to start the fight. Alone still hasted. Running down Moon Meanders. Haste has ended, but it'll be the one-for-one
Nice kill.
trade. There's a gem on the floor somewhere. Did TSM get it?
Are under attack.
Yeah, they got it. It's on Saberlight.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle
The double the double remnant drop there by Ember Spirit just to finish him off as he's walking away was a nice one.
Definitely a good fight for TSM, but at least it's not a complete rout for Thunder Awaken. They get something. They get the Moon Meander morale
Dire's
victory
middle
kill.
tower is under attack.
Like they lost their gem, they lost a core, but they got Moon Meander.
Yeah. I cleared illusions. I mean, yeah, lose the gem, they lose the core, but you get Moon. Worth it? I think so. Man's built differently than a regular CM, especially when he's stealing farm from a Saberlight sitting in front of him. Speaking of Saberlight, man is also incredibly tanky. They're building up against like this minus armor strat that Thunder Awaken are running quite well. Like Alone has been dealing out tons of damage between the Slardar Corrosive Haze and the Desolator, but again, Lotus Orb, Shivas on the Razor, Lifestealer's got Armlet and Assault Cross. He's like still holding onto his Wraith Band as well this late into the game.
He's got a casual plate mail on Viper
Yeah.
as well. I think he wanted to buy
Ooh.
a good arrow.
Yeah, this will slow this one down.
Fine time for Thunder to arrive. They're smoked up on 4 right now. They actually, TSM are forced to back off.
Yeah. Sick.
But now they smoke as well as 5. In the river, both smokes pop, chains on 2. In comes Slardar. He's been disarmed though. A good halberd in time. He'll crush on 2. Slardar is low. Saberlight is low. The offlaners may both drop. Saberlight dead, but Slardar's still alive. Ryle will Bloodstone, but he's slow with a Scotty. His regen has been reduced. Alone is low, but Bryle is dead. Alone, he's still alive. The Bastion Tomato, he wants Alone desperately. He'll get that kill, but for TSM, it is a disaster. Tomato is trying to get away. He will use the rage, but he's fighting with his buyback teammates. Ice Path hits on 2. Viper needs to run. If he dies, it will be a dieback, and he will not die for now.
It was such an insane amount of damage that came out of Terrorblade. Like the moment he starts hitting anybody, yeah, 10,000 damage in that last team fight. If he even touches you, you just end up absolutely melting. So Viper ends up getting absolutely destroyed. Like he's trying to stand his ground against the BKB, but he's forced to try to nose dive away from it, which isn't what you want to do. So at this point, maybe another Heaven's Halberd they think about picking up or getting on top of them and getting the team fight with the Blink Dagger now. And trying to nosedive him. That's going to be an interesting strategy.
We're at a standoff right now.
Yeah. Maybe like Lifesteal gets on top in the very beginning and then blows him up during the disarm. But I think if Terrorblade's hitting you, if Terrorblade's not disabled, you just straight up lose the fight.
And the Roshan pit once again. Excel unleashes the arsenal, trying for kills. Alone buys back. It'll be a 5v5. Roshan is low but not dead yet. Michael leaps in. Tomato rages. He's focusing Roshan. In comes Alone. In comes everybody who grabs everything. Everything in the pit. Alone will grab it. Huge for the side of Thunder. Awaken. And now they will lose 1 life on Ember. But Slardar is here. Terrorblade is here. It may be time to fight. Ember returns. But I think he's on cooldown. He used it to grab the Aegis. He's dead. That's a dieback on Alone. What was an absolute miracle has turned into an absolute disaster. Michael is on the run, and they see the Mirana. He'll bring down the Mirana with 1 more hit. He'll attempt the TP. Not quite in time. Brought down by Saberlight. And you have lost your Ember for 91 more seconds.
Buys back to the fight, but unfortunately just ends up melting immediately after he pops the Aegis. I mean, quick reflexes there on Alone to be able to snatch that Aegis. I mean, especially on ping. We're playing on USCs, but it's brought down immediately afterwards, like you mentioned. And now I think the game is starting to turn the way of TSM for the first time in a long while. Yeah. Stonks going up for TSM, baby.
This is definitely the most important base defense for Thunder Awaken. I mean, it's a minute without the Ember, and there's a very angry
He's
TSM.
crucial. I mean,
So where'd the 3rd Roshan item go? What was the 3rd Roshan item? I don't know what it was. Was it Aghanims or Refresher? And where did it go?
did not catch that one.
I think it was Razor. I think Razor grabbed it, the Ags.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's got the Eye of the Storm upgrade.
That's huge for exactly right now. Hitting the buildings. What a fortuitous Aghanims upgrade from Roshan. So despite getting the Aegis, 2 items went to TSM. Still 29 more seconds. Sleeping Dart on Knight. T3 to fall. TSM focus buildings. Raindrax, Millirax both very low. Arrow delays Saber Chad, but he cares not. His Aghanims is still active. Grabs both of the last hits on the buildings. A full Ceterax middle lane. And TSM disengaged, respecting the ability for Thunder Awaken to fight, backing off before they can fight as 5.
No, it doesn't land either, so. With that, everybody retreats. Aghanim Scepter now done on the Terrorblade after that last
That's a big deal. That's a very big deal upgrade. My resident TB stemming friend is very high on this TB Ags. It's very powerful in terms of creating fight chaos, and I mean he is probably as strong as going to be right
just
here,
Aghanim's
right now.
blessing you completed. Skips the Aghanim Scepter, goes right for it, and now they're going to smoke up afterwards, take this one for a spin. If they find the double damage in the bottom part of the river as well, again, absolutely massive, but it looks like it's going to be a TSM.
You see at the edge of their vision. If they think that, I think they know.
Yeah, they see it. All right. Who's going to take this? You going to bottle it?
He's going to grab it. They're fighting right here, right now. They know where TSM are. TSM are mid. This is the climax of the game, perhaps. Alone. Will Chains Moon Meander. Aesthetics cap and Lotus will get him out of a snag. Arrow. A little short. It expired. The duration expired there, saving Tomato from a very long stun. DD duration, how much is left? About 1/3 remaining. So it seems like Knight will not be able to get it off in terms of big deeps with the DD.
This is a bummer. It's an opportunity to turn the game around. I mean, they still do a lot of damage. They get the jump onto someone, blow them up.
Ice Path Arrow, but despite landing a lot of stuns on Saberlight, they don't want to go on this man. Lotus, Shivas, Bloodstone, Cheese. He is not a fun target to go on.
Yeah, I mean he pops his Bloodstone. He's even got like the extra magic damage or spell damage from the Timeless Relic. You commit onto him, you don't manage to blow him up. He's gonna pop the cheese. Like he doesn't die. Then at that point you botched your entire initiation. Alone really looks like he wants to.
And this is again, if he reacts in time, he can get away. But again, he knows he has no buyback, but he's here to play to win at this point. He's showing. Remnant to the east side for now. For now, though, Chains on you. Okay. Bit of a risky play.
Yeah, he's going to TP out after that one, as he should. He knows that they control this area, but as soon as they give this one up, like, this is getting dewarded.
I guess let's play the ward. Play the buy camp. TSM Smoke. They've obtained some high ground real estates. They have a ward in the low grounds. Michael has been sleep darted. What is the follow-up stun? It will be Tomato walking forward looking for a bash. Michael has used his leaps, he'll force staff, he's out of escape. But I'm not sure if TSM know that. They'll commit regardless, they'll bring down Morana. Michael has a buyback. Ice Path hits on Saberlight. Illich wants an angle. Knight uses the meta. In comes Slarda. He'll BKB. He'll bash. Morana buys back. Alone. Engages. The chains. The right clicks. Illich is manning up, looking for the kill on Brow, but he's invested. He's healed. He's kept alive, but not for long. Slardar and Knight, they're both dropping. Problem Saberlight's forced to use his cheese. Regen reduced by Scotty. And Razor is dead. Crush. Oh god, Ricky gets annihilated, and they head over to Moon Meander. He's brought down as well. One key problem. Look at the available buybacks. There's only one. Only the Razor. It'll be a 2v5 defense. Nigh impossible for TSM.
Yeah, Thunder Awaken up to the high ground here. Just the Razor and Lifestealer by themselves. Okay. I've got the Ricky now as well.
He just got buyback. He literally just got the buyback. That's important.
Just came off a cooldown.
I think so. Regardless, the buildings are not surviving. Melee's dead. Range Rack's dead. Still a minute. Blinks on in. They want Saberlight. Ice Path hits on 2. Thunder Awaken. Wad game 2. They find the jump on the Razor and they bring him down. As a dieback on Saberlight. Tomato, he's trying. He's manning up, but he's kited around. His rage has ended and his life will soon end right afterwards. Down goes Tomato with no buyback. Ari is dead. That is a dieback. That is a full 5-man wipe. And Thunder Awaken will bring us to an all-deciding game number 3.
Yeah, they're going for the throne now. There's nothing that they're able to do about this one. One swift team fight victory, and that is it. Moon Meander calls it. So, their builds, as hilarious as they were, as much fun as I think that they had, maybe this one wasn't it. The Bloodstone Viper, the Bloodstone Razor. They're putting on a show, if nothing else, here on TSM. Is this stuff capable of working? Maybe. Is it optimal play? I'm not sure.
It's tense. But you love to see it.
You really do. But a rough match. I mean, TSM, they never really had the game that much in their favor, so it's hard to say that they threw it away. There was a pretty big spike up in one of the previous team fights. TSM had managed to win that, but they bring it back, find the heroes without buyback, and then secure out the game. I gotta say that the starter pick was big this one. It definitely shut down the Lifestealer, and they were forced to itemize, just like going a ton of armor items because this unique build they went on the Ember Spirit alongside having the Slaughter. The Desolator on him with the minus armor, he did a lot of damage in this game. I don't find it. Yeah, 50k hero damage coming out from the Ember Spirit, which is almost as much as Terrorblade had with his like perfect game of 10, 0, and 10. Even that he went like nothing but damage items. Man, just went MKB Dallas and Ember Spirit managed to keep up.
You know what, Neff? You know what I'm excited for?
Game number 3?
Game number 3. Before that, we're going to have to head to a break.
Yeah, before that we will in fact have to head to a break. So stay tuned, everyone. We'll be right back, 1-1, the decider match of this best of 3 series. Stay tuned.